Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about building relationships between instructors and students in adult learning environments. Because ultimately, each student who comes through a classroom is going to have either a positive or a negative relationship with the instructor. And these relationships will have very real consequences on how well the student does when it comes to mastery of the material in the class and success in the class. In negative relationships, students feel as though they were not supported by the instructor to succeed in the classroom or in the class materials. And the exact opposite is true in positive relationships, in which students feel as though the instructor were actively helping them to succeed in the class and succeed in the class materials when they are outside of the classroom. In these positive relationships, which are the relationships we want to have with our students, it is most important to develop trust with these students. And trust is best exhibited through having honest conversations with these students and expecting them to also be honest with us about their background, about their abilities, and about their learning preferences. So for instructors, it is important to be honest about our intention for the students to succeed in the class, succeed in the class materials, and do well in the class, and also just see them succeed as an adult in the world. And students need to be honest with us about how we can best help them to succeed in these ways. Now, you may be asking yourself, what are some of the best practices to have these positive, trusting, honest relationships with students? And according to Knowles Androgyny, there are three simple things: accepting, respecting, and supporting your adult learners. And first, you must accept these adult learners, that they are adults. This is very different than teaching children. Children are used to their instructors giving them the information, teaching them how to do something, and then taking exactly what their teacher taught them and going with that and learning with that. But in an adult learning environment, the instructor plays a very different role. Instead of giving information and giving knowledge to students, they are a facilitator of learning, helping the adult learners to learn the course material on their own in the ways that best help them to learn. And so we must accept that these are independent adults who need to have agency in their learning and have their own voice in their learning. And then with that independent adult mindset, we must also respect that they will have different views at the end. Any adult will take the same set of material and come to a different opinion than someone else. And in a classroom, this can result in large discussions or debates or possibly even fighting over different opinions. And in those situations, we must respect the different opinions of our students and then simply move on to the next topic, because we gave them the tools to come to their opinion, and we cannot tell them that their opinion is wrong in that situation. And then we must also support them on their learning journey in the classroom. And this means creating personalized learning environments to help students with their backgrounds and their own personal hindrances or their own personal strengths when it comes to learning. And some of the best methods for finding out how students learn, their backgrounds, their culture, their different aspects of what makes them who they are, is simply starting the class with a questionnaire, asking about some of their different backgrounds, about their culture, about what helps them learn and what hurts them when learning. And then from that, we develop more specific one-on-one times, whether it's either through office hours in a traditional setting or maybe Zoom meeting calls in an online setting, where we can create more intentional time with students to find out how we can better create personal learning environments for those students. And in the midst of all this, it's important to take into account the different culture and the diversity of our classroom. From a Christian perspective, if we look at Jesus, he taught to everyone who's in the synagogue. He did not speak to only the Jews or only the Greeks. He taught to everyone. So also in our classroom, we must be sure that we eliminate any own personal biases we have and teach to everyone in our class, and teach to them in a loving way that helps facilitate their learning and helps them to succeed in the classroom. Appreciate it. Thank you.